You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Hart of Dixie After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Hart of Dixie After Show.
The music. Have we heard that tonight? Yes. Take 2 on Hart of Dixie After Show. We are on season 3, episode 18, back in the saddle again. We're all together now. Don't worry. You didn't catch it because we restarted, but Michelle spilled that entire cup all over this table. Good one, honey.
I did.
Good one. Great way to start. So I'm your host, Whitney Lane, joined with the lovely.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Renee.
And we are going to dig right into some Hart of Dixie.
We are. We're going to jump right on the saddle and get started with Hart of Dixie.
Yes, we are. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Magnolia. She's back in town.
Yes.
She hates living with her grandmother.
Okay, refresh my memory. Why did she get sent to live with the grandmother? Because I know Lemon was there.
Right.
Because the grandma fell and needed someone to take care of her.
Yes.
Oh, and Magnolia was sent there after she got kicked out of boarding school because she picked up some 18-year-old townie, as her father calls it. Okay.
And she tried to go back and talk to the headmaster, but they thought it was just someone at the school, but it was actually someone in the town because I think it's an all-girls school or something weird like that. So anyway, she's living with Grandma Betty, and you can only imagine you don't have Enrique as the driver anymore, so she's probably miserable.
Well, does her grandmother live in a small town, or?
I think it's like really, there's no one because she
Really
said there are no boys at her school. You know, I don't think she has friends.
Because I'm thinking that I would prefer to live with my grandmother who's elderly and can't, most of the time she's going to just knock out at the end of the night.
Yeah.
She's not going to wake up at all until the next morning.
Right.
Even if she does wake up, she's not going to come looking for me because she doesn't have a driver.
That's true.
So I'm thinking it'll be a lot easier to sneak out of grandma's house than it would A, your dad's house, or B, boarding school.
Which makes sense, but I don't think she had anyone to sneak out to.
Okay, all right.
Because remember Lemon, how bored she was? She was just like miserable.
Okay.
So Magnolia's kind of trying to scheme and plot like she usually does. Which I really thought she was trying to go to Charleston, South Carolina to see Carter Covington. Someone twice her age.
Now I know sometimes they get a little. I know sometimes on Hart of Dixie they kind of, get into some.
I wouldn't have thought they were
some
together.
Weird territory, but I don't think that they would have put a 30-year-old with a teenager.
I didn't think it was like that, but I thought maybe that because Carter was in that town, remember? And he was going to his house in Charleston, so I thought, well, maybe that's someone that has like more friends. I thought of it as just like that's someone she wanted to hang out with because there's no one else.
I was thinking that maybe he was one of those people, like those older guys that like throws parties for underage kids.
Yeah.
Now that I know happens in small towns.
Right, but I don't think Carter Covington would let that happen. He's royalty.
Oh, I think he would.
Really?
Some of his friends that maybe, he went to high school with,
I don't know.
They're siblings, and now they're in high school, and maybe he gets together, and some of the older siblings are there too, and they just invite the younger siblings there, and they let them. This happens.
Oh, I know.
In small towns.
I know.
I've been there.
Still does.
I've been there. Yeah.
Well, we found out that was not the case.
I was not the one buying the alcohol, though. Let's just clear that up. I've been there, and then people are coming after me. But
oh Lord. But no, I mean Brick. He really bought it. He thought Magnolia was on her way to Charleston, South Carolina, and got George of all people to go with him. Why? Why George? Because
I don't know. I think he always just looked at George as a son, and I don't know why I guess LaVon had the presentation, but I'm like, okay, well, why isn't LaVon going to go with them?
I did too. I was hoping.
Then I guess he didn't go because he had the presentation to do that he totally bombed.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But then they get to Charleston. Carter opens it up and it's like his nice pajamas and this. It was just really weird. I would never guess on their way there that Magnolia wasn't going to be there.
That was a very good plan. And like George said, okay, well, you can be mad because she obviously threw a party, but you got to get her some credit because that was a good scheme.
He said he raised one, and then George was like, 2.
Yeah.
Because Lemon was just like it. Is just like that.
Scheming.
So Magnolia got what she was afraid she was going to be in a lot of trouble, but really she kind of got what she wanted from it, a different boarding school.
Yeah. And I mean, I think kids like that are bad, it's just like you can do whatever. Like you can punish them any type of way. They don't care. They don't care about consequences. They have no conscience. Yeah. So like whatever you do to them, they're still going to act the way they want to and rebel. So
well, she's out. We know boarding school is an excuse because she's actually on another show currently. But, you know.
Right? Whitney's keeping it real.
For real, though. So, no more Magnolia for right now. But we did have some new dates going on in this episode.
We did.
Annabeth was getting all cozy with her lover.
She was, so that escalated quickly.
What's his name one more time? I just know he's Mayor
Gainey's nephew.
Right. Mayor Fillmore's nephew.
Gainey. That's what we're going to call him. Because we don't know his name.
Well, he's cute. He was on Seventh Heaven. We've talked about that. But they look like they're having some fun. But it's like she's embarrassed, right? She's not actually taking him out. He's like, let's go out and finally be out in the town. She's like, or let's just stay here and we'll pick up food and we'll...
Yeah. She says she's embarrassed because he's related to Mayor Gainey. But I think he was weird, though. Doesn't everybody in the town know he's probably weird? And why does he live in BlueBell instead of Fillmore?
Yeah, it's very odd. It's very odd. But at least she's happy, or at least having fun right now.
Yeah.
She needs to be doing that because LaVon's acting a fool. He was acting straight up foolish. But of course, that whole, like, they had to have something to discuss, and it was the town carnival. That he literally created a model town carnival. Someone has to do these things every time for this show.
I know.
That's a lot of work, and that's talent. I think
it would be fun, though. I like arts and crafts, so I wouldn't hate, like, having to, like, you know, build a little... Except
he ruined it. So no town carnival coming to BlueBell this year. Because he got drunk.
He did.
And can't handle that Annabeth's actually with someone else. Dude, that was your choice.
You know, it really bothers me on movies. Have you ever seen, like, one of those movies where, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Like, one of those movies where, like, everything keeps happening and, like, just keeps going wrong. And you just wonder why the character keeps doing dumb things.
It makes me angry, right?
I hate shows and movies like that. And this is totally one of those examples where you're just looking at him like,
what are you doing?
Why? Why would you drink? Like,
why would you why would you let that affect you? You broke up with her.
Yeah, you broke up with her. It's not like you guys were married. Y'all don't have any kids together.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. Get over it. You're ruining something because you're being foolish and drinking.
It was really stupid.
So I was annoyed with that.
Me too. It makes me angry when things like that happen. When it's like, really? That's it really does fire me up sometimes. When I'm watching this, I'm like, this doesn't have to happen. You're being very annoying. I do, though. But, well, what happened. And Annabeth is not having any of that. Okay, first of all, we have to talk about when Dash comes over and actually kind of spreads the gossip, right? Asking LaVon, well, what do you think about this new development with Annabeth and Mayor Gainey's nephew?
What word were they using?
Condoms.
Oh.
Is what I came to the conclusion.
I didn't know that word.
Prophylactic
or something. I'm like, what is that word?
It didn't make any sense to me until someone else said it later on. I don't know.
See, I wasn't thinking
And I could be completely off base. So you guys come, let us know. Go to iTunes and tell us. Go to YouTube. Tell us.
Go to Urban Dictionary and then let us know.
Yeah, because we're confused. But I swear that's what it came, like, after they kept talking about it, that's what I thought.
Okay. Well, that's good for them then. They're at least, you know, being safe about it.
Correct. But we were talking a little bit before the show of when Dash told him that. And literally LaVon was just like, and he didn't close his mouth. I wanted George to be like, close your mouth. Why? Why for 5 minutes are you sitting...
LaVon had some interesting scenes this
he was just it made me not like him. You chose this.
You mean this show when he signed on for it?
No.
Oh.
I'm saying he chose to not be with Annabeth, so for him to keep acting like this, move on.
But
dude.
I mean, you know that really happens in real life though. When you break up with someone and then you know you're still affected when you see them with someone else. It's a natural reaction. You never know what you have until it's gone and you miss it or whatever.
But I liked how Annabeth, what she said. She's like, I'm happy. I'm smart. You know, like, can't you be happy for me? This is what you chose to do. So don't come over here pretending that it's a scam and that's the only reason this guy likes me. And who knows? Maybe it turns out to be a scam. That's what I was going to say.
But what if that is a part of the plot line and it is a scam?
Well, then that's what happens. But he doesn't have a say right now. He can't be putting his hand up to the door and just devastation. He was devastated.
Yeah, I didn't like that part.
That was weird. And then he tried to talk to her the next day at Rammer Jammer. She wasn't having any of it. And I like it. Because at some point, she's got to be strong. Because she was vulnerable, and she said exactly what she wanted and laid it out there. And he's not doing anything about it, except trying to pretend it's a scam. That would be insulting, even if it does end up being that.
I don't think that he was saying that he didn't like her.
No, I think he's saying, like, it's basically him being like, I still care about you. That I don't want you to get hurt. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
But at the
I'm
same
just watching
time,
out for you and, like, just be careful. He never was like, he doesn't like you at all. It's just a scam. He didn't say that. That's how she interpreted it. So it's kind of like, if that's what she's projecting, then maybe she does feel some way about it.
Well, I think
I think that he does like her. I don't want to take away from her new relationship. But.
Yeah, and I think she probably is embarrassed that she's dating the mayor of Fillmore's nephew. Like, it's BlueBell.
Yeah.
Unite.
And she's like, are you trying to insinuate or whatever? That's not the word she uses, but she's like, how do you know that he doesn't like me? And she's not like, we like each other. So does that mean she doesn't like him as much as she's just using him
as a rebound for her right
rebound?
Now. Maybe. But who cares? Let her. It's getting LaVon fired up, so maybe that'll be what he needs.
Make him act right?
I don't know.
They'll love me or leave me.
So that was one of them. Then we've got one of the dates. Then we've got Vivian and Wade. We called this one slowly falling apart because of that.
We called that one.
Easily.
We, maybe you, but.
Yeah. Because I said he's coming in. Charles, if that's his name, I believe.
You did.
I think.
I've been saying for several weeks, too, that it's going to be Harley. That's kind of been my prediction. So I think it's partly both because Harley is kind of. Also,
it's just her family that she cares more about. That he is Harley's dad, but he's coming back in, and she's not seeing it as an issue.
So she's pulling the opposite of AB. AB is,
Yeah.
Wait, did I just make a
I don't know, actually.
I don't know either. What's wrong with my mind tonight?
I don't think you made any sense.
Okay,
but...
Charles comes back in.
Yeah.
And notices that, he's missing Vivian.
I don't know that you can even see that, really. I think she's the one making up. I don't think that he necessarily shows. I think he misses the family part of it. He wants to be in Harley's life. I don't really necessarily see him trying to come and step in between them.
He is.
I think Wade's thinking that. No, why
well,
do you
the point
think
I was trying to make, he comes in for whatever reasons, and Vivian gives into it. Whereas LaVon, on the other hand, is seeing that, he shouldn't have given up on AB, and he tries to go back to AB, and AB doesn't give into it. That's the point I was trying to make.
Okay, I see.
So she pulled the opposite of AB because she's actually giving in to her ex instead
Potentially. It's getting there, for sure.
It's getting there.
I mean, they go to this wine bar, that girl.
She was cute.
Yeah, super cute.
She was cute.
I don't know if she's coming back in, but we need to just keep it back to Zoe. Like, let's get to the point here. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, come on, Vivian. He has, gone to every single... I mean, what do they have, a dang family event every night?
I guess
I think they have a family event every night.
Summertime.
Oh my goodness. It's too much though. That was just too much, and she doesn't really make time, and Wade goes out of his way to be a good dude. He has to literally get her away for 2 seconds just to kiss her, and then she's like, oh, something else is happening with Charles and Harley, even at the event.
Well, I wonder how moms feel about this, because it's easy. I think it's easier for us to sit here and say, she's, being a little too doting on her son, who's a terror. She should want to be running away from the kid. I think it's easy for us to say that, but I wonder if any moms watch the show and are kind of, sympathetic to her.
I'm sure. I mean, she's, like she said, she's a single mom. She misses everything because she's a working single mom, so she misses a lot. So when he does get his first hit or whatever, she wants to be there. But it's also you have to kind of decide how you're going to balance it. If you want this relationship with Wade, which she seems to very much like him, you have to make time for just you two. Harley can't always be there, and your ex-husband. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's going to be like a stepmom situation. That movie? Did you ever see the movie Stepmom?
Oh, it made me so sad.
That's it as a sad movie. But sad part aside, they all came together as one little.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that. But we'll get to that in predictions.
Okay. All right.
Well. But what did you think? I mean, the wine bar, there he goes. And you see him, that girl, say to Vivian, a lot of girls want to beat you up right now, or whatever she said. Wade's a catch. Girls know it. But even at the end, when she came over and was like, you want to go back for an after party at my place? It's like, I'm not that dude anymore.
Yeah, which is even, and then he already felt kind of saddened when he called her and she didn't answer. And then he shows up at the house and she's there.
And who walks out of the house with her?
Yeah, and then on top of that, she says, oh, we had too much wine last night. But when you left me, you told me you were going to get ice cream, so.
Right, and you didn't drink wine with me at the winery that I took you to. That's what I would be like.
Well, she did have some wine.
Whatever, she was ready to get out of there as fast as she could. She kept looking at her phone.
So it's just all sketchy.
Well, it's
and I don't know why Wade just zoomed off and was like, "I'll talk to you later." He should have broke up with her right there.
Well, he knows
he should have
it's
broken up with
slowly
her right there in the
falling
middle of the
apart.
street.
He likes her though a lot. He doesn't want to, but like, I mean, literally, they walk out of the house and he spent the night. We had too much to drink. He was slept on the couch. Okay,
and then she's like, Harley's probably hungry. Let me go inside. Why didn't he invite him inside? Why didn't she invite Wade inside? She could have cooked for Wade too.
Because you know how girls do. They don't tell exactly what they're thinking immediately.
Well, she probably had to clean up some stuff.
Yeah, right. I don't think so. I don't think she would do that, but I do think that she's slowly pulling back to the other life, the life that she thinks will be easier and better for her son. And Wade's like the one that's way more invested. I've missed you so much. What was it been a day? You know what I mean? Like that's what he's saying, and I don't know. I'll call you later. She's just like, okay, bye. So it's obviously like slowly coming apart, which we knew.
I don't know if I'd say Wade is more invested. I think Wade is trying to be who he thinks he needs to be. Yeah, if that makes sense. I think that he has just tried so hard in this relationship to like do the right thing, and so for him to kind of admit failure and that the relationship didn't work, I think that would be worse instead of just like hanging on to a situation that he sees as obviously going down the tubes.
Right. No, I think that's it, but I think all this change obviously came for a reason because he needed to change for someone else. Vivian's not necessarily the perfect person for him, but she's a good girl who's taught him to grow up, and now he can be grown up for someone else. But I do think Vivian
Did Vivian teach him to grow up, or did Zoe?
Zoe did, but
okay.
He stepped up for Vivian because
of Zoe. Now he's gonna step back to Zoe. We'll see.
We see.
That's awkward.
Okay, let's talk about the other dates. It's just like a bunch of dates.
It is.
Zoe goes on a date. With a dentist. What?
Who name drops Maria Menounos, by the way?
I know.
Our boss here at AfterBuzz. That was cool, right?
She's like everywhere. She's been in Nashville, like one of the shows that I also host. Like she's they're all over the place. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but he did say she had good incisors and whatever that was.
I don't know what he said.
Incisors. Teeth, whatever. So go Maria for your good teeth from this dentist on Hart of Dixie that knocked Zoe with a bike and then asked her on a date. And literally the first thing she did when she sat down was, I'm not going to have sex with you tonight.
Well, I mean, that's a good way to start it.
Let him know.
I mean, most guys would prefer you tell them that before you even get to the date. Because they'd probably cancel the date on you.
It's messed up. Well,
in 2014, that's how they roll.
He was super
cute, though. He was cute.
Oh, he was such
Whitney
a
may not be down
man.
with this swirl, so I don't know. I don't know if she thinks he's cute, but I thought he was cute.
He was attractive, yeah. Good teeth.
Nice and clean cut.
He kept calling himself a doctor.
That seems to be a big argument these days. At another one of the AfterBuzz shows I do, one of the women is a doctor. And I mean, one of them is an OBGYN and the other one is a dentist. And they like go back and forth like, oh, you're not a doctor. Oh, yes, I am. So is a dentist not considered a doctor?
It's a doctor, but I think they don't go to as much schooling. Apparently he said like I went to half schooling and get twice the pay or something. But he like, why? He was just too much.
He was. He had a chip on his shoulder.
That's what she needed.
He grew up in Compton and was like trying to like prove something. No, I'm just kidding.
But she did need that like first date. You know what I mean? That one that was kind of like annoying, so she could just go and break it. Well, she needed to get back out there, and at least it was somewhere where she was like, I don't like you at all.
But I think that has the adverse effect because then you go on that first date that's terrible, and you're like, I love Joel so much. Like, why didn't this work out? Like, I miss him even more now. So I think it can go either way.
Or it can be like, now I know from this relationship with Joel and from even this first date here, I know exactly what I want. You know? So I'm not going to take any of this crap, and I'm going to find out what I want. But I do like how it brought her and Lemon together, because obviously Lemon is also going on a date with journalist Peter, whom we love. We like them together.
I don't.
Oh, really?
I mean, I didn't after this episode because I thought that he was kind of like a jerk. Like, he was just trying to like...
Well, for sure. But I did like him when he first came into her life. That's not what she's looking for and doesn't need someone who's in BlueBell for 6 days and then's gone. But, I mean, I thought, well, Miss Lemon, she's trying to have fun. Go have fun. She didn't, though. Her and Zoe had to speak to each other because Annabeth was out
of commission. She was on her own day.
She was having her own fun, and so Zoe and Lemon try to ask Brick about what they should wear, and then like eventually it's like just talk to each other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand their lack of friendship because I thought at one point they were friends again, but apparently they're not. And it's just like that's been like 2 3 years. I don't know how long it's been because they do weird like time progressions on the show, but it's been a while since that whole situation happened.
No, I think now it's actually starting to be a basis for a friendship because now they're all kind of in the same stage of life. They're single. They're the same age. They're not going after George. Like, you know, I think they can be there for each other, which we kind of saw towards the end when Annabeth is kind of like the common thread for those two. They all had brunch together.
They did.
I really liked that. I think it's about time to see Zoe and Lemon get along.
It definitely is time. If she forgave George, and she forgave him,
then girl forgave him, but he's.
Then why can't she forgive Zoe?
I think she has. I think it's just that they're. I don't know. It's like Lemon's stomping ground, and Zoe came in and is also like this cute girl. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was.
It's a little bit of jealousy.
Yeah, I do think. On both no, just on Lemon's side. I don't think Zoe's jealous of Lemon. But, and then George, though, he's wanting some lemon in his life.
He wants some lemonade.
I'm not kidding, though. I was surprised. He's still, like, covering his face with the cereal box.
Yeah, that's another one of those, like, moments of, like, stop. She's going to see you.
Like, just stop.
You're in, like, a 4x4 room.
But that's him being goofy.
Yeah.
He's just goofy George these days.
Like, if you walk in and see someone you don't want to see, walk out.
Right.
Don't hold up a box of the cereal. Cereal was like...
It was supposed to be Honey Nut Cheerios, but it was honey, like...
Cheerios.
Yeah.
I cannot.
The things you got to do. Unless you're paying for product placement, you got to use the fake box.
But what is a Hero? That's what I was laughing at. Like, they could have called it Honey Heroes. It was called Heroes.
Yeah, that's true. It's not even a word.
What is that?
I don't know. So Good times. But, I mean... Lemon from the state, she's like stepping up. She said she was going on whatever what was it?
Man cleanse.
Man cleanse. And then George goes in to help with the books and she's got it all done. He's like impressed that she's a businesswoman, I think, and seeing her actually doing something, but he wants to be with her. He's thinking about it a lot more than he used to.
Yeah, but that's only because his other relationships have failed.
Well,
like I don't like that desperateness.
Like, why have they failed? Has he always been meant to? We'll get to that. Is it time to get there?
That's what we're like, okay, is there something else I missed?
Prediction time.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I was watching this one, and I thought of a lot of new things.
I think they're wrapping it up for everyone to there's going to be a nice, pretty bow on the package.
It is, and I really like what's happening.
I don't. I think that's unrealistic.
I like it.
It's so unrealistic.
But I like it. And I don't care about realism when it comes to the Hart of Dixie. Let's be honest.
So Zoe and Wade.
It's going to be coming together. Obviously, Vivian will continue to push him apart and probably push him away and probably end up with her husband, ex-husband.
I mean, we don't really care who she ends up with because she's not a main character. So.
We need her out anyways. Yeah. So Zoe and Wade.
She can end up with Harley and they can just go to Backpage every day and do their thing.
Okay. We got, you know what I think? I think LaVon and Annabeth are going to end up back together.
I think they are too.
And I didn't think so because remember, I was voting for LaVon and Lemon to have a little something, but I think he needed to see what it was like to not have her and have her off with someone else. She's not invested in this new guy. She's having a little fun. And this is going to help him grow. I think it might help him step up and be like, I want to marry you.
Yeah. I kind of do agree with that. But then also at the same time, we've seen him kind of like having some lusty eyes after Lemon a few times. And that hasn't been resolved. Like, if he does get with Annabeth, I think he and Lemon definitely have to have a conversation that's like, okay, let's acknowledge these feelings, but let's also acknowledge the fact that we're not going to be together. Let's be friends and move on. Yeah. If not, it's just like, that would suck to like marry someone and he's secretly like still in love with your best friend. Yeah, that's how marriages end.
Well, and that's why I wonder if it could be Lemon and LaVon. We don't know. We don't know which way they're going to go with that. But regardless, LaVon's not going to want Annabeth mad at him, and he's going to want some sort of like closure from it.
Well, maybe Annabeth will end up with this new guy.
I don't know. What
that's
about
too
George?
Soon. When we say end up with, meaning just
at least like be together seriously.
George, that's what I'm saying. He has to be with somebody. So.
And I almost see him. And
somebody ends up alone.
Why is Lemon not?
It's an uneven number of people. Somebody ends up alone.
Who?
Unless it's
Lemon and George, LaVon and
Annabeth, Wade and Zoe.
That's what I think it is right now, and this could change next week, but. That's what it made me think after this episode. Because you see George thinking about it.
But next week we saw 2 people kissing in the episode. Who was
Vivian. I watched that twice. It was
yeah.
Vivian and Wade still.
So,
but you see Vivian and Zoe sitting there, and Zoe going, "Wait, why?" Or like, "What? Why?" She was saying something like,
I thought they were talking
"Wait,
about the
why?"
town.
No, I think they made you think because she was literally facing Vivian. Wait, why? So maybe Vivian's like, I don't know that I want to be with him anymore.
He broke up with me. I hope that's what she says.
I think she's
because I'm
gonna
gonna
break
be
up with
super
him.
upset though if she breaks up with him, because I feel like that would make him go back to his bad boy ways. Versus like if he breaks up with her, he does it more so knowing what he's doing.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be a mutual thing. Like you are more focused on this, but he's getting hurt in the process.
I don't even hate that. I just don't want his heart to get broken.
But I think he'll confide in Zoe, and I think that's eventually what's going to be like, man, I do care.
Oh, well,
about
you know
this
they're
dude.
going to end up together.
Thank goodness. Let's get there. Oh, hello.
All right. Well, on that note.
On that note, we'll see you guys next week. You can find me on Twitter at Whitney Lane Fern, on my website, whitney-lane.com.
You can find me, Michelle Renee, on Twitter and Instagram at Michelle Renee TV.
See you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.